Hey, what's up, everybody? This is episode 8 of the Neutral Era Show. This is Dryzzen, my boy Ajax. Y'all know him. Basically, what we wanted to talk about today is what you get out of going to, like, majors and stuff. So, like, me, I'm not that good at the game, right? So if I was a player going into, like, Shine or whatever, the things I would look for, like, I know that I'm probably going to go 0-2 in a bracket, right? Because I'm not that good at the game, but what else is there for me when I spend $50, $60, $70 venue fee just to play in a tournament like that? Like, as I know you love to commentate.
Yeah.
So, like, when you go to these events, I know you would try to get on the commentators list. So, like, but besides that, if you were playing in these tournaments, what is the player as you would look for?
Well, first off, thank you for letting me on to the show.
Yeah.
First episode coming on here. When I go to these majors, a lot of them have a lot more than just when you go in and you play your main bracket. They have a lot of side events. They have a lot of other small things to really entice you. One of the things that Shine and Evo and CEO and company, well, CEO didn't do as much, but they had a lot of other stuff, was not only do they have these side brackets, but they have a lot of great out-of-state vendor type things that you could go see. They have, there was a guy at Evo who was doing money matches for portraits on the side, and he did that at Shine too, which was really intriguing. That wasn't even like a part of the main event thing, but that's the kind of things you come across because you see a lot of other players who love the community and love doing things.
Yeah.
This guy was also kind of hustling a little bit with his portraits because he's really good at the game. But at Shine, they did something I particularly like a lot, which was called the stay in your lane brackets.
Yeah. I heard about this.
Yeah, you just
Can
go up.
A little more?
Yeah, you go up, you sign up at the desk. I was one of the volunteers there as well, as being lucky enough to be one of the few people who got to commentate at the event, which is fantastic. My first national doing it. But when we were on the side, people just come up, you go and sign up at a desk. They make a quick 16-in bracket, and it's all randomized seating. So when you get to play against a lot of these out-of-region players who you don't normally have the ability to just walk up to and say, hey, can I play you? When some of these top-quality players from out-of-region, they love playing randoms. Like, they'll play Gym 27 most of the time.
Yeah.
But when they have someone like Nairo who's sitting around the corner and they want to money match them, it's a little bit hard to get their attention.
Yeah.
But when you have your stay in your lanes, they have small prizes attached to them, and then you have tiers of them that you could go through.
Yeah.
There was I think it was tier 3, 2, and 1. Compared to wherever you happen to place in that one, you get to move on to the next bracket, so on and so forth. And you get the ability to play, meet a lot of new people from out of region, get exposed to new play styles that we just don't have around here. Like, we're hyper aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
It's outside
Definitely.
of like Ling Ling and D, like they're the only ones who play like super like patient. That it's almost frustrating level. And Mr. Freezy does that a little bit too. But then we have, like you just said, Light, who averages like 3 minutes a round, like an entire set, not even a match. And a lot of other players who used to, like when Kogo was here too, he was very passive, but he was super read-based. And then you go into like Florida, or you go into New York, or you go into the West Coast area. Completely different play styles, and it's really cool to come across when you have all these small side events, like to stay in your lanes to be able to.
Now, do you have to pay for these tournaments?
No, those were free.
So they're just free. You just sign up, and they just what kind of like prizes did they give away?
They gave away a lot of merchandise, Shine merchandise in particular, like the wristbands and stuff for the lower ones.
Yeah.
And I believe it was the tier 2s or 3s where you got a T-shirt, and I believe the grand prize one was a hoodie.
Okay, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it's something to give people, while also getting practice in a bracket. Like
exactly.
It may not have as much weight, but
yeah,
you're still working to get through a lot of people in your way, who also want to get that prize. And there's a lot of pride on the line too in those small side events.
I just wish they ran tournaments like side tournament. Like I want to say like an amateur bracket or whatever, but like something like that, but and attach money like to it, like stay in your lane, for example, like something like that. But like, you can't be on the PGR or something, or you can't be like state ranked top 10 or whatever. So you pay like a small fee, like even if it's like $2 or $3, just to get your mindset into playing. I'm playing, in a tournament for money, but like everyone's on my same level.
Well, you say that too. Well, they actually had a lot of other nationals outside of Shine. Like Shine did do something like that when you got to, I think it was top 48 loser side or something, you got put into a secondary amateur bracket. It's not an amateur bracket. That's a bunch of killers. But you got the chance to win, I believe, it's a controller chaos controller, Shine controller, which was in the first year. I think the second year was made by someone else. But you had the opportunity to get a big prize, which was worth $200. So that in itself was huge. Recently at Midwest Mayhem 10, they had something, I can't remember the exact name of the mod, but they had a mod that put all of the characters at the best they've ever been in a patch. The highest possible caliber they had. And it was a pre-sign-off. So that in itself was a cool side of it. Kind of like, like even at smaller tournaments, like with the Havoc when you did big bodies and stuff.
Yeah.
It was those little things
awesome.
that
was awesome.
See my Charizard. Those little things really get people feeling like there's more to the game than just trying to play in the bracket and go 0-2 or happen to run into someone from out of region who got seeded kind of low because they're in a new region who happens to be one of the best players in that state.
Yeah.
Like it gives you more accessibility to a lot of different things. What was it? What was another big one? Now we're on this topic here. It's gonna pump. It'll come to me. I'll go back to it. But there's one more that's creeping in the back of my head. Oh, well, those tournament side events aside, things like Evo, which was a multi-fighting game national championship. It's the biggest stage, which was fantastic to go to. Mandalay Bay Resort, they did a fantastic job keeping everything running smooth. All the TOs, shout out to all of them for actually running that.
That's
and
crazy,
keeping that
man.
smooth.
I've yet to go on, man.
It was so much fun. And then Vegas in itself, we'll talk about that on the video. But it's a magical place. I'll tell you that. But when you go there, they had a bunch of other games on Showcase. They had the Dragon Ball Z original beta fighter, which was the first time I got to play it. And that's going to take over the meta of fighting games, period. I'm just
talking about DBZ fighters.
Yeah.
You got to see the demo. Oh, okay.
I got to play the demo there, which was awesome because it's like, I'm out of bracket, but I have all these other things I could go do. I could go play MVCI Infinite. I could go play DBZ. CEO also had MVCI, which was what I was going to go back to. Yeah, you were right around the corner from it.
Yep.
And your booth, you have booths at every one of these things. You
I try,
travel all over the place.
I try.
But having those small things at the other tournaments, it's not like you just go to these majors and you see your main bracket, you see that you might drop out, and then what's the rest of the $200 some odd I spent on my hotel and all this food? What else am I getting out of this?
Yeah.
You may not be super easy to get exposure to play against those top players that you want to play. Maybe your character representative who's stuck in money matches in a circle. There's still a whole lot more to do. There's still a lot of things that you could do outside of the game too, like all those betas and all those demos, and a lot of third-party people coming out to really show their craft, whether it be work, merchandise-wise, or anything like that too.
Oh, I talked to AG about this on a previous episode. Are you experiencing the waterfall bracket? No, not yet.
No, I don't think I've ever heard of that.
I don't know. Justin Mills from Smash GG, like I think he knows.
Paper Fairy?
Yeah, Paper Fairy. I think he knows like the most about it. So I definitely got. Well, next time he's in CT, I gotta get him on episodes to explain this more.
Oh, we love that man around here. He's such a genuinely honest person. When I say honest, I mean he's gonna tell you straightforward exactly what is on his mind.
Oh yeah,
and not care what you have to think about it. But it's great to have that type of person around, and it's good that he's over in Smash GG to have that type of voice over there.
Yeah. When
you're in a business like that, especially one that's trying to grow in the form of Smash GG to really become the standard when it comes to statistic-based wise ways to run all these tournaments, the next level into esports. A lot of other games who don't even play Smash use that for their brackets. Pretty much every fighting game in general.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see him over there. I look forward to when he comes back and hopefully gets on one of the episodes we hear with you.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to explore the waterfall thing because I've been thinking like if you pay all this money, you pay all this money like to go to a major, right? But yeah, you go 0-2, but you get dropped from like the main event. It's just like bam, you're just done. That's it. Day one, first I'm on my first round in pools. I go 0-2. I'm just out of the tournament. I wish there was like a thing like even though you go 0-2, you get put maybe into like this bottom bracket. And if you win that bottom bracket of like I don't know, let's just say like 100 people or something. You would get like another chance to still go and progress on in the tournament.
So like a last chance qualifier type thing.
No, not last chance. Just
But like,
no. You enter the main tournament, you go 0-2, but you get put in this other bracket. If you win like this big bracket, you get back into like the main tournament, so you can still continue to play, just to have like another shot.
Yeah,
which is just something on it, because like just going 0-2 and just like that's it. Like from a main tournament, like it just sucks, man. Like it really does, man. Like it's like to me, if I go 0-2 in the bracket, it's like why do I want to even come back? Like, I have no other chance of like trying to make top 8, no other chance whatsoever. It's just like,
No, I agree, because at these nationals, especially with the overall attendance throughout the past couple years or so, that you see just a steady decline across the board for the most part. And that's just because people get tired of the same repeated things. You see running across all the people going 0-2 repeatedly. And that's the life of the bracket. All those people who are going 0-2, 1-2, 2-2, like they have to be there in order for it to succeed. Everybody has to come out to actually to bring those attendance numbers up. And I agree. When you end up going 0-2, it's super frustrating. It's super it destroys your mentality. I've been on the receiving end of that before multiple times. But when you have something like this concept of the waterfall idea, which I should have rephrased before as it's more a second chance to get back in there. I think it's kind of cool. It's very. It breaks the mold of what people are used to, but people are usually just scared of change, and a lot of times change is good because it keeps things fresh.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I like the idea. I like the concept behind it.
I mean, it doesn't really just need to be like that. It could just be something else, like maybe after the first round of pools and going into the second round of pools, make all those matches 3 out of 5. So it gives me some time to like adjust a little bit, not just like a 2 out of 3 goes real quick.
Yeah.
Or real quick if you don't know like exactly what you're doing. But it's something like you're playing against like Light, he's gonna take me out in like less than a minute. But it's like if I just had a 3 out of 5 in there, like sometimes like yesterday at our Project M monthly, Kais is down 2-0 against Stereo Kid, and then he reversed 3 of those. I mean, like that. I mean, just stuff like that just happens. I mean, like. I don't know, maybe after the first round of pools, maybe make it a 3 out of 5 for the next round of pools. Like, I think something to extend my play in the major.
I think for me, it all depends heavily on the meta of the game. Like when you have a game like Smash, where even though we have a lot of aggressive players in this area per se, there is a universal standard of this game, which is to be defensive and tanky. And if you give a lot of players, say, such as Akuma, who's really good at being passive as Sonic, or a DeBuzz, or somebody like that. When you get to those second rounds of pools, time constraint-wise, it might mess with a lot of things. But when you get into a game like Marvel vs. Capcom, or Tekken, or something like that, those rounds go like that.
Like
exactly. They're done and over in a blink of an eye. Injustice as well. So that's why those metas are a little bit different, which is why I like seeing stuff like Injustice 2 being run best of 5 across the board. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I would much prefer to have a chance to get more of an opportunity to adjust. I just think in Smash 4 in particular, it's harder because it's more a read-based, footsie-based game.
I see what you're saying.
So that's it. Like if we get the overall medal to speed up, if we can get more players to like finish these matches as fast as like a Light does, then I could definitely see that happening. But it just promotes a lot of defensive play for some people. I wish we could do that, though, across the board if we had more time.
Now, what do you think for different events at majors? Like, everyone, they do the standard singles, obviously, doubles, but like 3 versus 3?
I'm a huge fan of triples.
Quads?
I
think quads is just, it's not right now. 3 versus 3, I think that can be a thing. I would love to see like a CLG team 3 versus 3 against like NRG or something. Just like somebody has like their team and like that's what they play for. That would be awesome, man.
I agree because it gives you it brings more of the sponsor player team aspect into the picture, kind of like definitely. A League of Legends or
exactly.
Like one of the things that I saw that was done at a recent invitational in the area here was they had I think it was like Kings or something like that it was called. You have 3v3s. And one person is the king.
Oh, yeah, king. I heard about it. I think, me and AG talked about that. Yeah, that was pretty sweet, man.
Yeah, that's a fantastic idea. If they can implement that into a meta for triples teams, that'd be great because now you have to work around the concept of, okay, who is the weakest on our team against their team's composition right now? Do we actually try to mind game them and make them believe there's no way in hell we're going to have this guy be the king? And
All right. So the other team doesn't even know who the king is.
No.
So you have to tell like the person, like a TO or something, like who's your king or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like, yo, everybody, this is the king. This is the king.
Yep.
Okay.
No. If that was that way, that'd be mayhem.
Yeah.
Which I think quads would be able to pull that off more. Not that I don't think quads could work particularly because you have. There's too much lag that occurs and it's too much chaos.
Yeah, that's one.
For one, it's hard enough to fit 6 seats next to each other on a small screen in a local anyways, but you try to get 8 on a good luck with that.
I mean, I think if like majors did that like as a fun side event, but took it seriously, like even doing like random seating, because it's like anything can happen and anything can happen. So like take all the people that are competing and just randomly seed the whole thing and just let it play out that. And just let it be.
I think it would be better across the board to do that than things such as like the amiibo side events. Like, look, I get it. I get what you're trying to do. Like a little betting system, kind of like on a bunch of amiibos. I'd rather watch triples any day.
Oh yeah.
Especially if it was to be implemented in something such as the Kings format, because when you do just straight up 3v3s, the moment it's 3 versus 1, you might as well just shake their hand and drop your controller because you're not coming back.
It was a cool thing they did that glitch. I enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
I think did we cover everything? Let's see.
Yeah, I think for the most part we got
I think we got everything. All right, guys, stay tuned to episode 9. We'll be back later. Peace out.